Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the car.
Bruh.
Today is going to be a Tesla charging station session with me and the baby while we wait an hour for this thing to fill up with electricity. So we'll talk about some theme park stuff that I've missed out on this last week. A lot has been going on at Knott's and at Universal. So let's just talk about some stuff.
King Kong?
There's nothing with King Kong.
Sharky.
And the shark. Jaws, yes. Okay, I guess she wants to start with Universal. We'll get down to it. We're still waiting on that fateful night where we get the annual pass holder previews or even an announcement for Media Day for Hollywood Drift. They keep putting it off further and further back to the point now to where we're probably going to get an opening of Montezuma before that. It looks like the team member previews are happening today, Tuesday, and tomorrow, Wednesday. And then possibly opening on July 24th. I think they've sent out media passes for the Media Day on the 20th of July, I believe. All that stuff I kind of missed. I was out of town, but I'm just kind of keeping up as we go. Anyway, it looks like we are probably going to get Montezuma before Hollywood Drift, which is insane because we thought it was going to be the complete opposite. We thought Hollywood Drift was for sure going to be opening in July. I mean, look, a year ago today, we thought it was going to be soft opening in December. So that just goes to show you how much I really know. Yeah, so we'll wait with bated breath with that. I'm going to go to the park later in the week and see where we're at with everything. But for now,
Internet speculation, baby.
Speaking of Universal Studios, we still have a lot of Halloween Horror Night stuff that we really need to get to. We had a unique appearance of something on the facade behind Jurassic World, the name DeVille. If you remember, the Hollywood Hotel a few years ago in the UBE stage was owned by a man named Maxie DeVille, and people were asking John Murdy about that when they saw the name show up on the facade, on the front facade of the maze. And he did mention that we're not going to be getting another hotel, but Maxie DeVille was a rich man and had plenty of endeavors that he could have gone through. So what do we have now? Looks like Maxie DeVille owns some sort of hospital. But also, here's another thing about that signage is they decided to cover it up. There was a second when we figured it out and they just kind of let us have it. But then all of a sudden the next day they covered it back up again. So look, Murdy is a master at playing games with us. We know that. And this year could be the ultimate in him messing with us. Love him or hate him, he's good at what he does as far as keeping us honest about speculation. But we're getting more and more fleshed out for that one, which is good because that was kind of a mystery to us. Because right now, what we know for sure that we're gonna have is Sinners, Hellraiser, and Stranger Things. All IPs, so we don't have anything original. And we pretty much know Killer Clowns down there. That being said, I will say this might be the year that Murdy throws us all for a loop by using old familiar sets and bringing something new with them, because we thought for sure the Terror Tram was going to be Blumhouse with all of those houses going up again a couple weeks ago, and him basically saying not everything is as it seems, because now all of those houses have weird shapes and designs, basically housing silhouettes, but not the Blumhouse structure anymore. Meanwhile, over on the other coast, HHN Orlando, they're continuing their annual summer purge of announcements. We have all kinds of originals that they announced. The Cybergoria, Alien Abduction, H&R Blood and Guts, Madlands, Caged Cannibals, which a lot of people are saying is just a spin-off of the zoo from Scary Farm last year. I think the only thing these two things might have in common is they both take place in an old decaying zoo. Anyway, they did announce that we're getting Nightmare Fuel back again this year, which is good because I was told that we weren't going to be getting it. But that is a great show, regardless of the story of it. If you're in Orlando during HHN, do not miss Nightmare Fuel. It's amazing. And then we also got the Infernal Carnival of Nightmares Scare Zone coming up with a lot more updates. And of course, the 3 shared IPs that we've announced here, Stranger Things, Hellraiser, and Sinners. They also, we'll jump back to the West Coast for a second. A really weird thing happened with the 2 p.m. day-night ticket holders for Horror Nights. They decided to take off access of Hollywood Drift. Now, they may have done this. There's a couple reasons. They may have done this because maybe they don't know for sure if it's going to be open, so they don't want to promise access to something that may not be available. On the other hand, Express passes and RIP passes still have the access to it. So if this is in fact what we think it's going to be, where they're just not going to allow the day-night pass holders, the day-night ticket holders to have access to that ride, and then the people already bought the day-night ticket passes with the access to the ride on it, and then they don't allow them to ride it, that's bad form on Universal. Not something that I think is really possible. She's done.
She's just gonna sit in the back now.
But crazier stuff has happened at Universal. This just doesn't seem like a Universal thing. This seems more of a Knott's thing. Anyway, we still don't really know what's going on down there by the Mummy. Everybody says that that's still going to be an Aussie house. But now there's more and more things that are showing up that could possibly be related to Universal Monsters once again, which I believe that. Murdy does like to put Universal Monsters, the classic monsters, in there in some shape or form. And that's kind of a perfect place for it. It worked really well with Dracula.
What?
Anyway, yeah, that's neither here nor there. We don't know what's going to happen. The same thing with the other house over in the H lot. We have no clue. That's still just a plain facade, just a plain billboard. So it could be anything at this point. We still don't know what the Terror Tram is, like I was saying earlier. But the hot rumor is that Hollywood Harry is going to invade, and we could be getting something like that again. A lot of people are hoping for a Hollywood Harry versus Art the Clown kind of deal. I don't know if they can mix those IPs, but Damien Leone seems pretty open to doing stuff like that. So it's always a possibility. And he seems to be he seemed to work really close with Murdy and Aiello last year to make the Terrifier maze. So if there was one director and filmmaker that was possibly open to sharing his IP with an HHN original, it would definitely be him. Real quick though, with all the Halloween news, we got to talk a little bit about Scary Farm because the maze that's over where Mesmer used to be is now starting to get a lot of skin on that bone, looking more and more like an old decrepit house, but like an old Victorian decrepit house. So gone is my theory of it being some sort of cartoon deal, unless maybe it's like an old artist like El Artista, an old artist that used to draw crazy cartoons that came to life and are now going on a killer rampage. I don't know, but there's the brick facade. You can see like some of these borders here look old school, and the back is still just plain Jane. There's also a possibility that they could be continuing on with their old fairy tale folklore stuff like Boogeyman and Bloody Mary. I don't really know what else they would do. Maybe they bring the Tooth Fairy back or something, but that's always a possibility too. Anyway, that's all the Halloween stuff. And then the coaster stuff we went over. I'm gonna head again to Knott's for Summer Nights because I haven't been there for Summer Nights yet, tonight, Tuesday, to enjoy whatever festivities they have to offer and maybe catch some night testing on Montezuma because they're starting to test all the effects on the launch and stuff now. So we're getting closer and closer to that, obviously closer to that opening than Hollywood Drift for some weird reason. But that sound right there says that we're pretty much done charging the car and it's time to go get this monster some breakfast. So until we see you up on the mountain, out at the studios, down at the farm, or over at the kingdom, we will catch you all.
Go. Flip your facts.